Welcome back, everyone. This is Rollsborne. We are playing Shadows over Arkham, and back here with our investigation of the dead police commissioner. If you enjoyed last episode, why don't you go back, give it a like if you forgot to, subscribe, etc., etc. You know the deal. And let's go get ourselves arrested.
All right. So, as Charles and William make their way towards the police station, we're going to join back up with Eddie. Now, I believe the last time I spoke to you, Eddie, I stated we were going to do a dramatic task.
Oh, yeah.
So, the way this works is pretty simple. You have a certain number of turns to get a certain number of tokens. You get a token for each success and each raise. A failure means no progress. A dramatic failure means you lose a step, or you lose a token. And I deal an action card. On the deal of a club, however, you take a -2 to all your rolls because there's some sort of complication.
Ooh.
And if you fail during a complication, the task completely just outright fails.
Here we go.
So,
Luckier than last time. Come on.
I will deal the first card for you. And we start off with a spade, not a club. So, give me the roll that you want to use here. This is going to be more open. I'm going to let you use whatever roll you want.
Okay, so, would... I don't know if research will work here?
I'll
Or is that
allow it.
more...
I'll allow
Okay.
it in this case. So that
Wow.
is a failure. However,
3 is just my number. Right now.
you
You're unlucky number 3.
are like in threes. An interlude. Not looking for an interlude.
Already? We just started.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not looking for that. Here we go.
You heard him. Go on break, everyone.
We'll break.
Here we go. This is what Benny's. Master. I've completely lost how many bennies a player has at start.
6.
3.
Dang.
So you still have one more benny if you want to try to re-roll that.
How do you recover them?
You get a joker in the action deck, or I can hand them out for clever actions, role-playing, or great feats of heroism. They're rewards, essentially.
Okay, I will... Hopefully this is a great feat of heroism and I get it straight back. We shall see.
Oh my goodness! What is that? What is...
My work here is done.
That appears to be 3 8s in a row. Most
So-
curious.
He solved the murder. End of this session, end game. He's won.
Thanks
Oh,
for joining us. Hope
what
you've
do we-
enjoyed this as much as we have.
What do we plan next week? Are we
All right.
are we going to masquerade next week, or what's going on?
All right, so that is a 28, which is quick math. For every 4 above a 4 is a raise. How many raises is that? Just Somebody, quick math.
6. 6.
7.
7.
7 raises.
7 times. Hold on, no, because the first one doesn't count. So it's 6. Yeah.
6, yeah.
6 raises, everybody. Well, I did state you only needed 4.
And this is an extended action. He just poof. He walks through the wall.
You find a small patch of dirt that's been disturbed. As you begin to dig, you find what appears to be a lever. But here's the question. Do you actually pull the lever?
Oh, I mean, I do have ruthless as a hindrance. It's only extreme violence that tends to stop me, so yeah, why not?
Pull the handle. The wall begins to make a grinding sound as it opens up into what appears to be between the outside of the wall and the inside of the wall, that space of the house. As you let go of the lever and the wall opens to as far as it's going to open, you begin to hear the lever click and click again. And you notice with each click that it's slowly closing.
Oh. Yeah, cool. I've got a flashlight. I'm going to jump through.
And by yourself. Okay.
I really regret taking ruthless at this point.
What is let me see here. Let me actually read Ruth.
I can put it there. Oh no, that's me. Ruthless is there.
This is a minor hindrance. All right, I will give you a Benny for this.
Yeah.
And we're gonna snap back over to the police station. The clerk flips through their book. Yeah, he was released like a couple hours ago.
Wonder where he probably scampered back off to the office. Anyways, we still have a job to do. We have next week's paper to write. Next week?
Today's?
No.
Tomorrow's?
Yeah, tomorrow's paper to write. Where's the victim this time?
You got your press badges, as it were?
I assume I have my...
Never leave home without it.
He examines the badges, nods. Well, you're gonna need to take a boat. They found him on the island.
What the hell is he doing in the middle of the river?
Did he mention why he was going to the island?
No, and as far as I know, he didn't actually go to the island.
Then why are we going to the island?
Probably where they dragged his body. They probably killed him somewhere else and then dropped his body off in the river, and it probably washed ashore on the island. Of course, we'll figure it out when we get there, I guess, but...
You don't get seasick, do you?
It's a river. We'll be on a boat for, like, a minute.
Some people, I don't know.
That's the ocean. That was not a pleasant ride coming back. Never mind. Still got a job to do, I guess. Why am I in this employment? You want to take bets on which organs are left? As I'm gonna start walking out of the building.
I mean, last time they took all the isn't the skin an organ?
Technically. So, you putting money on that he's skinned, or... And that would be a new one. I don't think we haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I'll put money on that.
Sure. I, for one, I'm betting on the brain gone. We haven't had one of those yet either. This is a normal conversation.
Totally normal.
In the lobby of the police. I will be exiting the building before they arrest me.
Just gonna make a straight line there, or
We should probably
what's-
call Freddy.
Yeah, outside of the river's our office on? I can't even remember. Actually just down the road. Yeah, why don't we head back? We'll tell our editor that Eddie got released. Let him know he can start thinking of a way to spin this aquatic murder.
so you're just gonna
Not
walk
much.
back?
Not much of a detour.
It's on the way to the boat. Yeah, might as well.
Do we even have a boat? Have the police
Sure, there's a
requisitioned the boat?
ferry or something.
I don't think they're gonna let a ferry go to a murder scene.
But we're the press.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll swim if I have to. Probably will not swim, but
As you arrive back at the newsroom, as it were, and begin to tell your boss all the information, he goes, "Yeah, I know. Remy called in already. Said he was released. Couple hours behind, aren't you?"
sorry, I want to go do our jobs. Just
Hey.
because one guy gets arrested does not mean we cannot publish tomorrow's paper.
Very, very true. And I appreciate your dedication to the job. I just figured he would have
Oh, yeah.
met up with you already.
We haven't seen him. Did he say where he was going? No.
I don't think he did. Did you? I don't remember.
No.
No. Didn't think so.
Maybe he
I was going
wants to
to-
go get his next victim. I don't know.
I said I was going to try and find the commissioner, but I was going to follow the commissioner lead, but I didn't say where I was going specifically.
Yeah, he just said that he was going to follow the lead.
Well, if he's following the lead, he's probably following the same road we are, going to the island, because apparently that's where the commissioner is.
On that note, we're going to go right back to Remy. It takes roughly about another 30 seconds for the wall to completely close up behind you, leaving the only light, your flashlight.
Yeah, I'll switch that on.
Right now, all you see is what you would expect to see behind somebody's wall, essentially. However, this is only one small section. You can see forward and back. Give me a notice, actually. I feel like this might prove pertinent.
A 6.
And a 7. Either way, you notice that there is no lever on this side. So for better or for worse, you're in this wall until you either go through one way or the other, so to speak.
Looks like the only way out is through. Start to make my way ahead.
You're not going to see it too much. Run into a few cobwebs. Lots of dust. You hear the occasional rat scamper. Sometimes right over your foot. Feel the weight of the rat on your foot.
Sorry?
I said you feel the weight of the rat on your foot as it scampers across your foot.
I'd say probably being in trenches is not exactly unfamiliar. Just a little bit of that kind of moment of taking a breath and going, it's behind you. You're not there, you're not there, you're not there, you're okay. Shake my foot a bit, get it to move on.
You hear something, you hear it chatter as you kind of shake your foot, and you feel it leap off your foot and make its way. As you follow this wall, you still have a general sense of where you are. You're getting more towards the interior of the house. And that's when it opens up. Not opens up enough for you to classify it as room size, but certainly you could probably, stretch your arms out, maybe actually get your elbows up on both sides, There's finally enough room to actually move a little bit. But it's also, at this point, you notice a spiral staircase heading down into the earth.
Heading down.
Heading down.
Okay. Carry on.
As you continue down, you reach what look to be rather well-constructed tunnels. Once you reach the final step, it probably takes you about 10 minutes to get down the entire flight of stairs.
Well, we're at the bottom. Shine the light back up, looking upwards, see if there's how far up it actually goes.
"20 feet? One nice thing is the air down here is relatively cool. And there isn't a stench in it. You don't think you're in the sewers.
Well, thanks. Well, victories. So casting the light around, what's around me?
Stated, it doesn't look like a hole. It is an actual construction. If Eddie is familiar with mining tunnels, then there's some vibes of that, but there's also the earth beneath your feet is packed as well. Not made of hard stone, not in the bedrock, as it were. It's not in a cave, but the soil has been packed very tightly under your feet. But to the point where you can tell it's deliberate. It's not just from foot traffic. It's something that was done deliberately.
any other way to go, or is it just kind of a circular kind of rotunda?
It's a tunnel, so you have left and you have right, essentially.
Just cursory kind of throw the torch down each way. Is there any way that gives any indication?
The light does not reach very far in this darkness. What's the effective range of a 1920s? You have about up to 10 feet.
Right.
From what I'm reading. So you can see 10 feet, and that's about it.
I'll go left.
And as you turn, hit left. Gonna go back. The other two. As they arrive on the island. Or actually not arrive on the island. On your approach. You've chartered a ferry. We're not going to get into it. However, you become very distinctly aware of how everybody knew that the body was on the island. As unlike the others, which were in a much more natural position, the killer this time got a little creative, taking a page from history and placing the body upon a massive erected stake, very much in the way of Vlad the Impaler.
Ouch. Was he
sure
dead?
this is the same guy?
Doesn't look like the same MO. Do we know if he was dead first?
Don't know. Guess we'll have to see if the police let me do my job today. If it's even possible to tell.
As you walk up, get off the boat, make your way towards the island, they stop you. The police stop you. What are you doing on this island? No civilians allowed.
We're writing tomorrow's paper, that's what we're doing. Just like we've been on the last... Actually, how many is it?
11 now.
11. Past 10.
Got ID?
We got press badges, sure.
Nods. And then nods his head again to indicate go on through.
Yep, I'm gonna set up to get the whole thing.
Alright. So, what does the esteemed press want?
When was he found?
Pretty much at first light, as soon as the sun came up and the first person saw his body crossed on top of the... Jesus. The cop kind of just... He stops mid-sentence.
Nope, Jesus was on a cross. That is not.
Same MO. How big is the stake? Like, is this just like a Like he's standing, or is he like up 20 feet in the air? Did someone mount a giant?
Somebody didn't mount something. This was at one point a tree.
So it's like a whittled down tree trunk.
Yes.
Is he?
And if
Right.
you want to, and if you either of you want to roll common knowledge here, I'm going to allow this.
Oh, sure. It's totally common knowledge about this tree turned stake that apparently I know because I rolled a 4.
I will roll dice.
No, not exactly what you were saying, but you do know that was a full-fledged tree yesterday.
Oh.
So this happened overnight.
Was it a large tree?
I mean, it's not like the largest tree in existence, but it was a full-grown tree.
I mean, the reason I ask is, some trees you can't get your arms all the way around the trunk. So is this one of those?
I would say no, you couldn't originally.
But now,
Well, probably at arm's height. You still couldn't. It's further up that it's become whittled down.
and how high up is the body?
Probably 15 feet.
And then is he vertical or is he horizontal? Impaled through the stomach or through the lower end out the top?
Lower end out the top.
Okay.
However, at this distance, both of you can settle your bet right now. He is skinless.
Win. Pay up.
The hell? Alright, fine, you win this one. I don't think either of us would have bet on the tree, though.
I mean, technically the tree's been skinned too, so if you want to pay double, I wouldn't mind.
Technically, I might just quit this damn job and skip town. How in the hell did he even get up there?
How much of his skin is gone? Surely they left the face to identify him.
Well, they've brought him down. I'm going to leave that to the medical professional here.
Okay.
Alright, let me give you the dice.
Go on, take a closer look.
Go on, let me squint.
With a 7, it's 100%. The only identifying features is the suit with the commissioner's badge, and the fact that the commissioner never showed up for work, and, it seems fairly logical to assume that this is actually the commissioner.
Wait, he's wearing the suit?
Yes. Which is very bloody.
That's weird. Did they take the suit off, skin him, put the suit back on? Surely they couldn't have skinned him while wearing the suit. Could they?
Probably not. I'll be quite frank with you.
That's just insane. That's the only word I got.
I go back to, turn my gaze back to the police here. When was the last time this guy was seen alive? Because this was not a quick process. This couldn't have been.
Let's see. The police officer that was the one that ID'd you and followed you over. He left the office, around 10 p.m. So I would say 10 p.m. was the last time that we can guarantee somebody saw him.
And what time is it now?
We're looking we're pushing lunchtime at this point. It was late morning when you went to go see your editor, and now we're probably pushing lunch.
Doesn't matter what time it is now. He was found dead at first light.
Yes, but they said that tree was fine yesterday, yes?
They didn't say
That-
nothing. You said that. That was
You
your,
s-
that was your
you
common
said that.
knowledge roll.
That was your internal monologue.
Yes.
That.
That was my internal monologue.
You said that.
Well, I'll take another gaze over this body, because obviously you didn't skin a living person. Like, there has to be some other kind of trauma here that killed this guy.
Open his suit and check his organs. But you're the medical professional here,
You're not gonna let me.
Well, I mean, you could stand near and watch as they do it. Surely they'll do something, won't they?
Have you I'll turn back to the police. Have you actually done a field autopsy yet, or we just been looking at an impaled guy all morning?
We've been canvassing the area, trying to figure out what side of the island they came onto. If they left the same way that they came in, which it doesn't appear they did. Looks like they came from the north side of the island, and then they left on the east side of the island.
You got footprints or something?
Half a dozen,
Half a dozen.
at least. Maybe more. Hard to tell. And he kind of walks you over to the northern bank where you do see, especially where the river has washed up onto the island a little bit, so there's plenty of mud. Yeah, you could see why he says at least half a dozen.
Is there any, like, blood or anything mixed into this mud? Was this guy killed and then brought to the island, I'm thinking? Or maybe he was killed here?
You may notice.
And are the... Oh, wow, nice.
Well, enjoy that. You do notice there is some minute blood. But it's not... trying to think of how best
It doesn't look like they carried the skinned guy across this mud, like... Or...
If they
Buddy.
did carry the skinned guy across this area, then they had him wrapped in something.
Or he could have just been bleeding on the way here, and then they did the work here. We don't know.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? The police officer says.
I'll
And,
point to the mud.
I was gonna say also on the notice roll. I'm giving you this as a notice roll. That means they haven't seen the blood yet, which means that you could get ahead of them in this investigation if you so choose.
I know they're incompetent, but like I'm not just gonna like I still believe that we, the press, can work together with the police to solve this murder. So
Proceed.
I'm going to
Sweet summer child.
I'll point what I'm looking at out. Someone was bleeding as they came across here, and I have a hunch I know who it was. It's not a lot though, so my guess is he was killed on the island. They brought him here wounded.
This guy looks at where you just pointed and goes, "Oh man. Everybody, canvass the..." He starts barking orders. You start to realize he probably has a rank here. He starts barking orders, and the police begin to scurry about recombing the island because clearly they missed that.
Keep them distracted here so they don't show back up at the commissioner's house and find someone breaking in.
That
No.
and right now, you would notice, Charles,
Mhm.
as you're obviously trying to get photos, etc. Nobody's looking over the body anymore. They're recombing the island.
Oh. Well. Time for a close-up.
And if you work your way back, William, you would also notice that too.
Well, come here.
You get arrested for this. But I will, mosey my way back over to the body.
Just a quick peek. And put it back how it was.
If it looks like I'm actually gonna have a second to look at this body, I will do so. We'll pull out the gloves from coat pocket, and we'll get to work.
Give me a heal.
I heal you.
A very loose definition of heal.
I diagnose you with terminal death.
Does he get better?
Oh, walk it off. He'll be fine.
As you begin to examine the body, it takes a moment. And then you
I've accidentally moved his kidney and have started a new campaign.
No.
Doesn't have a kidney.
I don't know that yet.
So I will defer to the medical expert. This'll
Please do not call me that.
You are the medical
You-
expert.
You have more medical knowledge than all of us combined.
In a room of laymen, I guess, yes.
Yes, we are laymen.
There is a small puncture wound in between two vertebrae that seems to have caused probably not death, but assuming that the nerves, etc., are indeed snapped, because you can't necessarily dig that deep in to do that close of an examination, but you do see the puncture mark right between the two vertebrae that would, if not kill, paralyze the entire body.
Would it have been on the neck?
Yeah, he's got a puncture wound on the cervical vertebrae. Which one through 7? Pick your point. I don't. Still irrelevant. I will keep that information to myself, though. The police can do their own autopsy.
And it is definitely done with a scalpel. It's a fine instrument. It is such a fine hole.
So it doesn't. It's not like a needle stick. This was cut.
An incision.
Yes, and this was done deliberate, and it's probably done neatly enough that you really would have to scrutinize the body to see the cut.
I am not going to push my luck, and I will be stepping away from the body now. I will be taking off these gloves and neatly folding them in on themselves so I don't get blood on anything else, and put them back in my coat pocket.
So were there, Charles is pointedly ignoring, like not drawing attention to what he was just doing. So how many footprints were there? Like different people? Is that what they meant by 6 different sets, or a dozen?
Is that what they meant? I
don't
am
know.
assuming that's what they meant, was that it was like half a dozen tracks of footprints, not that they
At least a
moved.
half a dozen.
Yeah, so
So
at
we're
least
not-
half a dozen people.
So we're not dealing with a single killer.
No, doesn't look like it.
It's a group.
Probably never was. We probably never were. But I guess this is the first time they've decided to reveal that fact to us. Why now? What's so special about Kill 11? Or I will openly monologue to the air, not expecting an answer. You got your photos?
Yeah, I got mine. I got some of the body. I got some of the footsteps where they entered, footsteps where they left. Cops doing their work as usual.
Right. So what do you want to do? You want to comb the island with them, or you want to head back ashore, see if we can find whoever saw this in the morning, get some more stories? Maybe they had to have had a boat for this.
Yeah, they must have. That was going to be my next. I was going to say they had to carry him here somehow.
Why not drop down by the docks, see if there's any boat that smells suspiciously of iron and blood?
Well, they said they came. They landed on one side and then left on the other.
That doesn't mean they couldn't have sailed around the island. It means essentially nothing when you have a boat in a river.
Yeah, but usually you would leave wherever you beach the boat, because that's where the boat is.
Or
don't beach your
have
boat in-
people on the boat still that then brought it around to the other side.
But why though? Why bring the boat around?
Dealing with a serial killer, murder cult. I don't know. Maybe they sailed the boat around to watch for people on the shoreline who could have seen them. I don't know. It's not like they walked across the river. That would be stupid.
Yes. Okay, are there... Can they tell where exactly the boat beached? Is there a mark?
I don't know. Is there? Was that something the police might have mentioned, or something we can see? See if the boat actually came ashore, or if they just jumped off the side and dragged him ashore.
The only thing you saw were footprints.
I didn't see any
No marks.
any sign that would say they actually pushed a boat here. Of course, I wasn't really looking, but
So,
I doubt they actually landed the boat.
so they rowed to the island, but didn't beach the boat. They jumped out of the boat, carried the commissioner, impaled him while someone took the boat to the other side of the island, and then they all walked out that way. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe they didn't have room for the tree skinning equipment on board, and they had to go get it while they skinned him here. You know, maybe they needed 2 trips.
Are there branches trimmed branches and wood shavings around the tree?
Wood shavings, yes. Tree branches, no.
Okay. That's also odd. Why take the branches?
Good firewood, I guess. I mean,
And we're going to switch over to Remy. You've been walking for what feels like 30 minutes now. There's not branching paths. You're not worried about being lost. There's been several different turns that you've had to make. This is not necessarily a straight path, but at least you haven't come to any forks or anything like that where you're second guessing where you are.
I'm just going to keep on going.
Pushing forward, you finally come to something. The path, instead of just going straight, begins to slope downwards.
Yeah, just taking it steady in case there's sudden drop or it suddenly the ground becomes slippy or whatever. Take it steady, but I'll carry on. We're going to be watching you from now on. Where are you now?
As you continue further down, is this what I want?
He's found a monster for you.
it's the rat men. They live in the tunnels under the
They
sea.
don't exist.
They are rats of unusual size.
The rat men don't. The giant rat men don't exist.
Oh, you're right. I forgot.
Such talk is heresy.
There's something about a horned rat? That's kind of weird. Rats don't have horns.
Yeah, it's just as well they don't exist.
It'd be
No.
like a goat rat or something. That'd be weird. That's not real.
Instead, what you start to uncover is a network of what to look to be pods. Somewhat fleshy. Almost fungi-like.
There's still no sign of a way out.
Not at this time. But eventually the slope levels off and it does open up into a larger room. Large enough that you can't see anything outside of your flashlight. Give me notice.
Nice.
You feel a presence behind you.
Very slowly, reaching in inside the jacket. Torch, raise the torch, and just turn around.
What you see is next time.
To be continued. Yes, I knew it.
Thank you all for watching. This has been Rollsborne. Take care.